Hey. Hey, so I'm gonna try my hand at Penelope Featherington's look from season 3. And I had this yellow top with nice balloony sleeves because that's a silhouette that she wears in this show. And she used to wear yellow a lot, but she hated yellow, like Penelope, the character. So I was like, that doesn't, I don't really want to do that. So I chose a top that matches the color of this dress. So not fully, it's too scandalous, too much skin for that era, but I mean, I don't have anything specifically like this. But this was my favorite dress of hers on her. It looked the best, and the color was superb. And she looks stunning this season. And I had saved a post from Instagram from the artist. Let me find it. And in that post, the artist listed all the makeup that she used, like exact what she used. It was from Jessie_HMUA. And it was the Hawkins Ball look. But I'm not going to do that look in particular. I'm just going to do the look that she has been constantly wearing, which has been a peachy sort of look with shimmer on her eyelid and really nice lashes and a glossy lip. So looking at her overall looks, the looks that she's been wearing throughout this series, I would say she's been rocking a nice neutral smoky eye. I don't know about smoky eye, but definitely a glam eyeshadow look. Because she has glitter going on her lid and highlighted inner corner and super glowy skin without any blemishes and no texture. But my skin is kind of purging because I'm using the La Roche-Posay products and it's just purging. It sucks. I wish my skin was clear so I could do this look, but what you gonna do? I'm going to use the Auric Glow Lust in citrine as my base for the glowy look, and then I'm going to use Chanel No. 1 foundation. I'm shade B70, and then in the concealer I'm B60. And for the eyeshadow palette, I'm going to use Lisa Eldridge's Cinnabar palette because that's the bronzy brown neutral palette that she has out of all her palettes. This is what it looks like. I think I can do a similar look from this. And then for blush, I'm going to use my Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate blush in Peach Poison. This is such a nice brush. I love this brush so much. No product. Okay. And see, this is what it looks like, sort of blended out. It's a really nice product. I might use some more on the cheekbones again after I'm done with the look. And then let's go with the foundation. Because this is a liquidy foundation. I would suggest using a glowy demi-matte kind of thing, like Pat McGrath's foundation, that sort of foundation. I need to concentrate here. This foundation gives a nice demi-matte, not glowy, but not flat matte either. It gives a nice finish. The finish that I want for this look. See? I think I'm going to add just a little bit more because I want to cover this up more and even around my mouth a little bit. So, half a pump. I used So I guess I use like about a pump and a quarter for this foundation. And in. It's got on my mouth. So this is not going to be an exact recreation. Like I'm not going to turn into pen because I wish I could put in that much effort, but if I commit to that, I would just keep procrastinating. And I think I'm just going to turn into an inspired look. I'm going to do an inspired modern pen look. Because I mean, if you looked at the pictures of the makeup and stuff, and kind of hair too, some of the hairstyles, they are modern. Especially the makeup. It's a glam, smoky eye kind of thing. With a really nice blush. Like, girls wear that now. Especially, oh my god, Francesca's makeup. I was seeing a bunch of edits and like a character introduction and stuff on Instagram, and someone commented that Francesca looks like she films a Get Ready With Me in the mornings, and I don't have any complaints about the makeup. I like it, but that is so true. If you compare Daphne's and everyone else's season 1 looks and the looks this season, they are vastly different. Especially season 1, Daphne. Like, starting season 2, they really started amping up the makeup. But even season 2, Kate Sharma, hers was also not as much. Like, she barely wore any eyeshadow. It was quite natural. I could not stop staring at Simone Ashley and Charithra's skin whenever they zoomed in, like the very close-ups of their face. Their skin was so beautiful. And I'm going to do her makeup look too. I'm going to do a series of looks where it's like Bridgerton leading ladies looks. And I'm just starting with Penelope's because the part 2 of season 3? I was going to say season 4 because Pen and Colin's book is the 4th book in the series. But no, the season 3 is coming back in 48 hours. It's coming back on the 13th, I think, this Thursday. And I kind of wanted to have my video up then on Thursday. Or close to Thursday, maybe Friday. Depends how long it takes me to edit and make a thumbnail and all that jazz. I tightened my eyes because her lashes looked fuller, and this is the easiest way to make your lashes appear really full. Okay, so I'm gonna pull up her look. She looks so beautiful here. The hair, amazing. Colin did her justice by making her hair all nice and curled in his dream with full face of makeup. Just in his dream. He conjured this up. He knows what a full beat face looks like. So she has a nice brown glam smoky eye in this look with a highlighted cheek, and it is pinky neutral. I think I want to start with the blush. It's taking everything in me not to put blush on my nose because that's my usual style. I think, yeah, that did it. Good job. Peach Poison was the way to go. Right. I put this raw sienna, and now I'm going to put deep ochre in the lid. So I want to talk, while I'm doing the look, I wanted to talk about the book and the show, obviously. So I started reading all the books after I finished part 1 because I was like, I cannot wait for another month. I need to do something. And so I just started reading the books. And I actually started reading with Francesca's book. So I also thought her book was, in terms of reading the descriptions and whatnot, her book was the most interesting. But also, I am reading through my library. So I'm getting the audiobooks and the ebooks through my library. And 678, so Francesca, Hyacinth, and Gregory's books were readily available. Other ones have insane amounts of wait time, especially Duke and I. You would think that since Daphne and Simon's season was done, what, 4 years ago, that interest would be done, but no, the wait time is the longest out of all 8. And then it was Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, because it's going on right now. That just makes sense. And then it is Benedict's. I don't remember what his book is called, but it's the one with the shoe on its cover because it's a Cinderella-inspired retelling. And so I tried to read these books 2 years ago when Anthony and Kate's books had come out, Kate's season had come out, because I really wanted to know what the books were like. And I had finished the season, and I was like, I want to delve more into this world. I like this. But I just could not get into it. I just couldn't get into it. Which just goes to show, like, if you didn't read or you couldn't get into a book before, don't fully 100% discount it. Because maybe your future self would want to read it. Because right now, I read Francesca, then I read Hyacinth, then I read Gregory, then I read Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, so the 4th book, and now I'm reading To Sir Philip with Love, which is Eloise's. So, no, wait. After Gregory's, I read I read Romancing Mr. Bridgerton, and then I read The Viscount Who Loved Me, and now I'm reading Eloise's. So I finished, 5 out of 8, and now I'm in the 6th one. So, and I'm halfway through Eloise's book. So clearly I just went through them. And this was 2 weeks ago. So I've been reading these really fast. I think Romancing Mr. Bridgerton especially, so Pen and Colin's story, I read in 25 hours. And, I was looking at a bunch of YouTube videos of people who've read it, like, I read the entire Bridgerton series, so you don't have to. And I appreciate those. I appreciate those a lot. I think I watched 3 or 4 videos like that of different people. And one of the videos said that nothing happens in this book. It's boring. And I understand where she was coming from. I agree, not much happens in this book in terms of action and stuff. Because Gregory's book, the last one, On the Way to the Wedding, is off the charts insane. Even the second epilogue. So she wrote the book first, and then there's a second epilogue for each book, which she wrote, I don't know when, but it was way later, and it was like a separate book, a novella type thing. Even the second epilogue is insane. His wife, okay, spoiler alerts for all. I'm going to discuss all the books that I've read so far. His wife is almost dying in childbirth. He also stops a wedding. There is treason involved, and he falls in love. He thinks he falls in love with someone, but it's not her. He loves someone else, and then he goes to stop her wedding. It's so much drama. There's so much happening, and I enjoyed all of it. The epilogue was kind of jarring. I was like, oh my god, what is happening? Is she really going to kill her actor? But spoiler, she doesn't. I didn't okay, I was kind of hoping she would do it because it would be quite bold, but kind of hard. Wrenching, she doesn't kill her, she stays alive. But the epilogue was insane, and so is the book. There's just so much going on. In terms of that, compared to the 8th book, there's not a lot going on here. So in the show, there's Lord Debling. He's not a character in the book. The main conflict is Lady Whistledown. So in the book, Colin finds out before everyone else. He's the only one who knows her secret. Except the way they describe how Penn did the Lady Whistledown business. So her father's solicitor, her barrister, whatever, he helped Penn. That's how she could do it at such a young age. 'Cause she started Lady Whistledown at 17, her first year that she debuted in society when she was 17, where she begged her mom that she didn't want to debut at 17, but her mom made her anyway. I used the shade Fired Earth. And she was so miserable in her first year of debut that she was like, I need an outlet. And then she just started writing stuff without an intent to publish. But her lawyer, her dad's lawyer, solicitor, he found that and he was reading it and he told her, these are so funny, you need to publish this and I'll help you. So he set up the account for her to receive all the money in, and then he put her in contact with a printing press, and he did all the negotiations on her behalf. And he also suggested that for a week they run the paper, the scandal sheet, for free, so then they can hook people in, and then people will like it so much that they won't mind paying for it, which is what happened. For a week, she was just giving away the sheet for free. And then after a week, they started charging for the paper. And the people were willing to pay. They were really into it. They were really into the idea. That's explained in the books. And she explains all of this to, I think, Colin. I don't think she's talking to herself. I think she explains all of this to Colin. But in the show, they have introduced Lord Debling as a potential storyline, like a conflict. He is not in the books. In the books, Colin isn't helping Penelope find a husband. She has given up on finding one because she is 28 in the books. But she's not actively seeking a husband. She doesn't ask Colin to help her out with that part. I think I'm going to like Penn's book the most in terms of character growth, because she talks how she became confident and how she ran this business on her own and she started this at 17 in the times where women weren't allowed to have anything to their name, and she kept the secret. She didn't tell anyone for 10-11 years. That is commendable. Just how smart she was, and her business acumen, and her writing. It's really funny and everyone loves it. In the books, she's quite close to Lady Danbury. She gets close to Lady Danbury, but I don't see that happening in the show, which kind of sucks because their relationship is kind of cute. I like it because Lady Danbury helps Penn become more confident. Even that, so she goes from this wallflower to a confident person with, she believes in herself. She believes in her writing. And in the books, Cressida taking what you call it? Cressida takes credit. Cressida takes credit for Lady Whistledown, and in the books, Penn is quite against it. She's like, this is my life's work, and Cressida has done nothing but torture me and just made my life miserable. I can't let her have it. And Colin just doesn't get it. In the books, he's such a little bitch about it. He's like, why, you're going to be ruined. Cressida can take the heat of being Lady Whistledown because she's pretty and popular and she has greater social standing and stuff like that. I don't think he says that in those words, but it's implied. And it hurts Pen quite a lot. But there's also another reason that Colin doesn't want to talk about Lady Whistledown, and that is because he's a little bitch, and he's a little jealous of Pen, because Pen published her writings, and she did what she wanted to do. Like, she went after writing and publishing Lady Whistledown, and Colin also wants to be a writer, or he wants to publish his findings after Pen told him, oh, you could be a published writer. Before that, he wanted to do something with his life because he doesn't really know what to do with his life. He's kind of aimless, but he wants a purpose in life. And after reading his journal, which she wasn't supposed to do, Pen was like, oh, your writing is really cool. And she gets her really technical about giving compliments. She's like, you write so that it seems like I can experience the water temperature, and I can feel the breeze on my face, and I can see the watercolor in my eyes, or in my head, basically. And he realizes this later into the book. He's like, oh, it makes sense that you're Lady Whistledown, because when you complimented my writing, it was really technical. And I didn't even realize this at first. I wasn't paying attention to your words. I was just mesmerized that you like my writing so much. But then he realized, and he was telling her later. So, and they get married by, I would say, Act 2 of the book. And I think that's how the show is going to. Like, they're engaged now by the episode 4. I think in episode 5 and maybe 6, they'll announce their engagement, and then they'll get married. Because Colin, they compromise each other. They have sex before marriage, and Colin's like, no, we need to get married. Tell the mothers to prepone the wedding, make it fast. And because of Colin, okay, I don't see them doing this in the show, but because of Colin's wedding and because of Eloise's wedding, Francesca decides to get married to Michael Sterling in haste. The reason she decides to get married to Michael so fast is because her siblings are getting married. So Michael got super lucky that way. And Colin is also the reason why Michael decides to go after Francesca. He's convinced that we can do this, we can get married. At first, he was against it. Michael is John Sterling's cousin, by the way, who was Francesca's first husband, who we see in this series. And they're so cute. The one gripe I had with Francesca's book was that we didn't get to see John's interaction much, John and her life. But it makes sense. And I like that they're doing that in the show, because that's the one complaint I had with the book. That we didn't get to see John and Francesca's build up. But I think we can see that in the show now. Which kind of sucks because it's going to hurt that much more. Anyway, moving to Romancing Mr. Bridgerton. I got to stay on topic for that one. So where was I? Oh, Act 2. So Colin kind of... Pen kind of, after Colin catches her in the carriage, they go back in the carriage and they start making out and stuff, and Colin asks her to marry him, and then Colin goes to meet Pen's mom to tell her that he's marrying Pen, and the mom, it's kind of funny, the mom thinks that he's asking for Felicity's hand in marriage, and Felicity, so there's 4 sisters in the book, and Felicity is the youngest and the most popular and the prettiest, basically, with more personality. But she's also Colin's 12 years junior. She's only 17, and Colin is 33 in the books, I think. Yeah. Or maybe he's 31, but he's quite old. He's an old man. So he kind of goes off on Mrs. Featherington, or Lady Featherington, that how dare you, why don't you like Pen, she's amazing, she's smart, she's beautiful, and I want to marry her, basically. And then they have, so Colin tells Pen that no more Whistledown, give it up, and let Cressida take the fall, you cannot publish. He basically tries to forbid her. And Pen's like, whatever. But she publishes behind his back. But the last sheet, the scandal sheet where she's like, this author is not Cressida Cowper, and she's a liar and a fake and a snake. Don't listen to her, basically. But she does this at their engagement ball. So basically she chose to do it after, she wanted to do it after the engagement ball so that Colin would never leave her. Because he's an honorable, nice man. So Colin wouldn't leave her if everyone knew that he's marrying Pen. And he kind of confronts her about it too. And he kind of bruises her. He holds her and he's like, I know I'm hurting her, in his head. He's like, I know I'm hurting her, but I can't help it. But anyway, he compromises her in his bedroom at the night of their engagement ball. And he tells their moms to plan the wedding fast. Make haste, because he basically alludes to them having relations before the engagement ball to basically make them move it fast. Like he wants to get married to her, and basically he wants to just keep having sex. That's what literally all these dudes want to do. They're like, I want to push the wedding. All of them, literally all of them are like, no, we need to get married fast. And then they compromise the ladies before marriage. Except for Anthony's book so far, all of the couples have had sex before marriage. All of them. Except for Anthony. So what? 4 out of 5? That's something. That's something to say. Anyway, after they get married, Cressida Cowper comes to Pen and she's like, I know you're Lady Whistledown, and I will tell everyone that you're Lady Whistledown if you don't give me 10,000 pounds. And Pen has 9,500 or something like that, or 9,000. Or maybe it was 8,500, but close to 10 grand in her bank account, which is so much money for that time. I think that amounts to probably like 500 grand, like $500,000 in today's time. So that should, yeah. I'm just guessing. I don't know if it's really that much, but that's how much Cressida blackmails her for. And then she tells Colin that Cressida's blackmailing me, and I don't want to pay her because it's going to keep continuing, which is very smart of her. And I'm also glad that she just tells Colin right away, because usually in these situations, they just kind of keep going off of misunderstandings, and I hate that trope. I hate it. So I'm glad that she told Colin. And then Colin is, okay, I will take care of this. And he's like, I told you so, but not too in her face, so I'm okay with that. But then basically his plan is that at Daphne's ball, so Daphne throws a huge ball. And at Daphne's ball, they announce that Pen is Lady Whistledown, and they basically bully the entire ton in accepting that. And after they tell the whole ton that it's Pen, they just go off to their honeymoon. They leave. They run, basically. And Cressida yells, no, because she wanted the money. Oh, Cressida in the book had already married, but she married a brokey, and he died. So she's a widower, but she is a broke widow. Yeah, she's a broke widow. So she really needed the money. And in the books, Lady Danbury puts a 1,000-pound bounty on Lady Whistledown's head. So she's like, whoever unmasks Lady Whistledown will get 1,000 pounds. Because it would, at the starting of the book, everyone is like, we're so bored, this season is so boring, oh my god, everyone just kept talking about how boring it is. So Lady Danbury was like, okay, instead of everyone just yelling they're bored, I'm going to do something about it. And then she puts a bounty on Lady Whistledown. So she makes the season interesting for sure, because everyone is talking about it. Because £1,000 is a huge sum. That is why Cressida was basically like, I'm Lady Whistledown, because she really wanted that £1,000. But no one believed her, and Lady Danbury hated her. So Lady Danbury was like, I want cold hard proof. I'm not paying otherwise. What else is in the books? Oh, in this book, Eloise runs away to Sir Philip in Gloucestershire. I'm saying that correct. So she runs away to meet with Sir Philip because she feels lonely, because the plan was that Eloise and Pen would be spinsters together. Oh, also, in this book, Colin suspects Eloise because he's like, she has so much ink on her hand and she keeps writing in her room and blah, 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 blah. And he says this to Pen, okay? It's kind of funny because we know Pen is Lady Whistledown because of the show, but in the book, it's not really revealed until Colin finds out, which is, I think, halfway through the book or maybe 40% through the book. But Eloise runs away because she feels lonely, and she's like, Pen is moving on, and mostly all my siblings have fallen in love and married. So she wants a life for herself too. Hence why she has correspondence with Sir Philip, and she's like, I'm going to check this dude out and maybe I'll marry him. So she runs away to his estate at the end of this book. And in the second epilogue, she's getting married to him. So she just met him and she's getting married to him in the second epilogue. So she misses this Lady Whistledown announcement. So she doesn't know that Pen is Lady Whistledown until her wedding day. Like the night before her wedding day, Hyacinth tells her that Pen is Lady Whistledown. I'm ready for these 48 hours to be over. I really want to see how they're doing this second part. Because I'm excited, because since I read oh, this book is turning out so well. It's turning out exactly how I wanted. It looks similar to what Pen is wearing. Oh, and Pen's backup plan was to have Lady Danbury announce to the ton that she was Lady Whistledown. But Colin was like, no, stop it. I have a plan. I'll fix this. Just trust me. Just trust me. So Pen doesn't go through with that. He makes Violet, Hyacinth, and Eloise stick to Pen throughout the evening, because he didn't want Pen to do... I'm talking about Daphne's ball, okay? It's turning out so well. This topper shade is so good. I like the look. I'm going to blend the outer corner a bit more because it's a little harsh. Oh, and in the epilogue, or by the end, Colin has published his book, and Pen was his editor. So that was very cute. And she's going to write a novel. An autobiography of sorts, of something called Wallflower or something like that. I forgot exact title of her book, but that was also very cute. I really like this book because of Penelope's growth, mostly. Just how she just girl bossed her way through her terrible seasons out in society, because everyone was so mean to her, and she talks in detail about this in the book, how none of the guys asked her to dance. It was always just Colin. And then she knew that Colin was also only asking her because Violet told him to. And she talks about how she loved dancing, but no one would ask her, and she knew that Colin mostly danced with her out of pity and stuff like that. And it was quite sad. So I like her growth in the book. She gets quite confident starting. She has a glow up in the show, which she does in the books too. After a while, I think this season, she gets sage and green dresses and some blue before her mom dressed her in terrible citrine shades. Oh, and the way that Pen could use her fortune is that, so I think Lady Featherington's aunt died or something, and the barrister kind of forged it so it looked like the aunt left them what do you call it? Like a sum after her death. But it was actually Lady Whistledown's earnings. So the aunt actually wasn't that rich, but she was able to put some money in Lady Featherington's account, saying that it was from the aunt. But it was actually her Lady Whistledown earnings, which is super nice of her. And that was one way she could use it. But she saved so much money. She didn't spend frivolously at all. And that's how she could have, $8,000 in her bank account? 9,000, which is super cool. Yeah, they've really fudged the timelines in the show. I'm not sure how they're gonna do Colin or Francesca's storyline without Colin, because Colin, Francesca, Eloise, these three timelines are so intermingled that all of these are happening at the same time. It goes in and out, in and out. It's kind of confusing, honestly. I think the first three books, and then the last two books the timelines are kind of linear, where nothing is intermingling. They're kind of happening on their own. But these middle 3, 4, 5, 6, it's just everything's happening at once. I think I'll put a little bit more, but it's quite nice. It looks how it looks in the show. Still got it. I think my forehead's a bit too shiny, so I'm going to use my trusty Charlotte Tilbury airbrush in 2 medium. There we go. Such a good powder. It didn't make it too matte. Doesn't look dry. Okay, for lips, because her lips look super juicy. In the show, Colin is always looking at her lips. He looks at her lips so much. And she also is applying a nice lip tint lipstick situation. And so for that, I'm going to use Charlotte Tilbury Plumpgasm. I'm really, really liking this product a lot. I'm glad I got both shades, but I'm going to use it in fair medium because I think her lips are a little bit pinky, because the medium dark is a little brown. This one kind of shows up nice pink on me. It's an envelope. Give it. So this was her inspiration. Like, this is the mood board inspiration thing that she put on Instagram, and all of them are such glam, modern, pinky makeup looks. Like, really glam. They have super defined lip and eyes. It's kind of, it's a little bit funny. So no wonder that the look is also, I'll just put a picture up here. So I really like this makeup look. I think I did a good job. I don't know about if I did a good job of recreating it exactly, but it looks really nice. It looks close to what she has going on in the dream. It's nice, soft, romantic pink with really nice shimmer particles going on. And the lips look hydrated. And then nicely blushed. Like, oh, Colin, are you gonna kiss me? Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna stop. She doesn't say that. She's like, Colin, what are you doing here? But this is my pen look. I think her book is definitely my favorite so far. I might like Eloise's more maybe, but I don't know. I don't really... Philip is kind of getting on my nerves so far. I'm not the biggest fan of him. He's kind of making really, really dumb decisions. And then he's like, ugh, whining about it. Like, I'm not a good father. Okay, then be a good father. Anyway, I think the next is going to be Francesca's story, and maybe Francesca and Benedict season will happen together, because Colin and Francesca's season is kind of joint, I would say. They're introducing John, and I'm sure we'll see Michael soon too. This is a look. I'm kind of sad. This is a really nice look, but I'm gonna have to take it off. It's like 4 a.m. I need to take it off and go to sleep.